ahead and use them. What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
Did you see anything? No, sir. I didn't see you playing with your dolls again. Good!
Well, I'll tell you, nobody handles garbage better than we do.
You don't remember?
For you, the day bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday. What are you smiling about?
Dude, I almost had you.
Left cheek! Left cheek! Left cheek!
Welcome to my next review. This is the Fans Toys FT-59 Sovereign 2.0. This is Fans Toys Masterpiece version or Masterpiece Scale Galvatron. So I picked this up from the Transformers Underground Facebook group. This is they do waffles for Transformers, and I was lucky enough on one spot to win this, which is great because, you know, it saved me the hassle of trying to locate this guy and paying full price for it. So first off, let's get this turntable out of the way and take a look at the packaging like we always do. So here is that box art, that front box art. Here it says FT-59 Fans Toys 2025 made in China. The top of the box is his cannon mode. Same thing on the bottom of the box, and then barcode to the video instructions. And then the side of the box just says Sovereign 2.0 Fans Toys FT-59. Same thing on the other side. And then the back, there is a bio. Kind of big. I'm not going to read that, but if you want, you can pause it and read the bio. And then here's some more images of the figure. Here it is next to Scourge and Cyclonus. Some more images of it in alt mode. And then some more images. So let's tilt this down a little bit and get this box opened up. Now this was it's not brand, I mean, well, this figure just came out, but this was used, so it'll already have a Decepticon emblem installed. Oh wait, I must open it from the bottom. So, oh wait a minute. Maybe they didn't cut. Oh yeah, it looks like they peeled it off. I don't care that much. I'll cut that. So let's pull him out of the styrofoam. Well, the styrofoam out. And then here is, let's take a look at the instructions a little bit. Fantasy Toys always gives really good booklets. You kind of see all the different face sculpts it comes with. But from what I've seen, this one's going to be a fun one to transform on camera. And then, like all Fans Toys, comes with a collector's card. And it's on that like plastic, like credit card stock. And the same bio that's on the back of the box is on the card, and then tech specs. A bunch of 9s and 10s. As Galvatron should have, right? The leader of the Decepticons. Let's get that out of the way. And like I said, this one's already been opened, so no tape that needs cut. And then here, oh wow, this thing is gorgeous. Let's get this plastic out. It does come with some blast effects. Here's a cannon piece. Comes with 2 cannon pieces. The more traditional painted, animated looking one, and then a clear one. Here's a baggie with all the faces. Baggie with some more pieces. What's in here? Oh, it's the Matrix. And then this is for a stand. So next, let's get him out of the packaging. So let's take a, oh wow, this thing is gorgeous. Look at that. And then the previous owner already put a decal on there, so I don't have to screw with that. But I mean the face on him. Wow. So good. And I don't have a Galvatron in Masterpiece, so adding this, wow. So there is a couple things you got to clean up out of the box, like his knee pad kind of needs to go up. But wow. I'm just impressed with how he looks. Just gorgeous. I didn't have the 1.0, so there, that one slides up a lot easier. Let's see if I can, there we go. Wouldn't be a third-party figure without causing some injuries. But yeah, so let's set him aside, and then I'll push him back a little bit. Now there was a issue where he wasn't assembled properly, so I'll have to look at that off camera and then see if who I got this off of corrected it or not. Because there was a thing where the heel's not assembled correctly. So let's go over some of the accessories. So like I said, he does come with a cannon that's clear, translucent. I guess you would kind of consider that's more like the toy one. And then one that's more tune accurate. Here's the so this is like a display stand piece. And so you can use Fan Toys only display stand. And I think I have I think one came with Mind Wipe. I think I do have one. Let's see what else. Here's the Matrix. Comes in die cast silver and gold and a clear gem in the middle. And it does have a metal chain, and he can wear it around his neck. Here is the piece to his cannon, so you can mount it. And then there is a piece that goes in the clear cannon, and it lights up. So that's what this is for. I'll have to figure out what batteries it takes. Or I think that's the battery, CR1220. I'll have to look and see if I can. I don't think I have any of these batteries. Yeah, I'll probably have to check the old Amazon, see if I can't order some. But most likely I'm going to be displaying them with his more tune accurate cannon. And then the cannon just plugs in, I think just like so. And I think the cannon slides. I'll have to look at the instructions. I'm not sure how the cannon slides on. Well, before we do that, let's look at all the different faces. So there's a, I'm going to say maniacal laughing face, angry face, a sad face, another like angry face, not happy, I'm in pain, you stepped on my toe. It almost looks the same. Yeah, there's a little bit different. And then another screaming face. I think I might stick with the face that's on it. It's got that like sideways smile, like he's up to no good. So, all right. Let me figure out. Let me check out the instructions to see how to clip on his cannon. Then we'll go over articulation. All right, so we got the cannon on. It was is all it does is it slides on. There's like a little channel that it slides on, but there is an alternate spot for his gun, and we'll show that. We'll show that now. So there's a piece right here. You can tell like the silver's already, paint's coming off, but you flip this around and then you have a different, and it pops down. And then is what you can do is there's a clip right here on his thing, and then that slides in like so. And like he can hold it a different way, but when you do that, you can't really tilt his elbow. So, but real easy. But I mean, you can see the paint is just rubbing off from the different positions. But I mean, that's, you don't really see that as much. But so anyways, let's go over articulation. So his head is on a hinge. It can go back that far, down that far, and it can do a full 360. Shoulders can go up to there. No butterfly. He does have a bicep swivel. Single jointed elbow to get more than 90. Wrist can go back it can probably go forward more if you move the fingers. Maybe. There. So yeah, it can go forward like that, back like that. The fingers are on a baseball on the thumb. It has one knuckle at the base. The fingers are on a hinge, and then they have two hinges on each finger, a first knuckle and a second knuckle. There's a waist rotation. Is there an ab crunch? Yeah, there's a little bit of an ab crunch. And it's just mainly because this hinge is coming out. Let's see. Lift that skirt up. And good run on the splits. Blade goes that far forward. It's kind of cool how that hip skirt kind of goes. And he does have a rear hip skirt, and you can get the leg to go back that far. There is kind of a double jointed knee to get more than 90. There's a little bit of a thigh swivel, not a lot. And then the toe, not really, can tilt up a bit. And then there's an ankle tilt. So yeah, so that's all for articulation. And then one other thing I didn't show off these last accessories. So there are some blast effects. So there's two of them. Here is this big blast effect, and then it can come apart. And then you have this blast effect, which, so if you got, I think it's like the cartoon, the during one of the episodes, or is it the movie he does it? Like, it plugs in on here, and then it's like used as like propulsion. He flies with it. I think it's the movie. So you can clip his cannon on, and then he can use his cannon as like propulsion. Yeah, so that's silly. I typically don't use blast effects in anything, but so yeah. But I mean, it's a thing. All right, so next we'll go over how to swap his face out. All right, one other thing, we'll show you how the battery thing works. So is what you need to do is take his cannon, split it, and then the battery compartment's right here. It looks like it came with a second one, so that's nice. So you got two. Are they the same? Yes, CR122. Interesting. But yeah, like I said earlier, we'll have to look and see if I can't find some batteries for it. I think snug though, it doesn't want to pop open. But anyway, so you want that tip like that, and then this just fits in. And then you can close the cannon back up. Oh, one last thing I kind of forgot before we go to transformation. So if you want to swap his head, his face, tilt it back and then lift up and the head separates, and then you can take the face and then you can see there's a pin and it tabs right in there like that, and that's how you swap the face out. All right, so let's see. One more thing before we do transformation. Let's do some size comparisons. So here he is next to the Fans Toy Cyclonus, and here he is next to Scourge. So maybe I can go back a little bit further. Try to see if we can get all three of them in the shot. Yeah, so here we go, all three of them. All right, so the first thing we want to do, we want to take his cannon off. Take it apart, and then this piece should hinge like that. And then we're going to take the barrel, flip the clip in, and then we're going to take the barrel apart. Might need a spudger for this. And the clear one's separated so much easier. There we go. So then you rotate the barrel around and then reclose it. And then set it aside. See, next up, we're gonna start with the legs. So bring the knees all the way down to where they were originally. And then we're going to rotate at the waist, 180. And then now we need to open up the calf. It should come open there, and then is what you need to do is there's a slider on the outside. You need to pull that out. And then start kind of bringing that around a little bit. This panel, you need to push that in on the front of his leg, and that should give you room to be able to rotate this around. And then you can bring this piece out. Possibly. What's holding it up? There we go. There, now it should be looking like this. Next we want to undo the foot. Like that. Bring that around. Bring this panel around. And then this panel goes up on a double hinge. So, I heard this was an issue, and I wasn't sure. Is what happened when they assembled this they put these toe pieces on backwards. So you can see there's a tab and a tab and like a recess. This recess is supposed to go there, but I'm not going to be able to because it's on backwards. So we're going to have to pause and swap the feet. Alright, so now I have the heel pieces switched. So as you can see, the recess is down at the bottom and it should match up with that white piece. And it should tab in. Yeah, tabbed in perfectly. See, next, rotate that around. Well, there's gotta be an easier way to. Without rubbing. Huh. All right, so I had to do a little bit of finagling, but to get that around, and then you want to rotate this around like that. So you should be looking like this. See, next up, let's get that arm out of the way. You want to lift the hip skirt up, and then it tilts up. Like so. And then next up, at the, not the knee joint, but at the knee, you want to flip this around and it should tab in. And then you want the hip skirt like in this recess. All right, so I thought I rotated this around, but clearly I didn't rotate around. So you want that rotated around like that, and then it'll tab back. And this slider needs to go back down. Should be looking like that. That up in the air. So let's do the opposite side. Maybe we can do it a little bit cleaner. So I already got it disassembled. So bring that panel around, that panel around. And then let's undo this panel before we start spinning stuff. There, all right. So remember this double hinge. You need that flat. And then also this slides out. I didn't show it on the other one, but you can kind of see you want to slide that out. Taps in like that. I wonder if I got that screw in all the way, because that wasn't pushed. I don't think that screw is tight all the way. All right, so let's bring that down and tab that in like that. Oh, that panel, you need to make sure that panel is pushed all the way in. I did that previously, but didn't show how I did it. So you want that to rotate, but there should be a better, you gotta just like finagle it. It's finicky. Gonna rotate it a little bit to get clearance. And then you can bring it back. And then you want to rotate that. And we're gonna, we need to do the hip skirt, get it out of the way. Not at the knee, but right below the knee. Rotate. And then you want, when you rotate this, you need the hip skirt to be in that little recess. We should be able to flip that piece around. Push that slider back down. That in. Yeah, that's everything. All right, so let's start next with the arms. We want to lift them up like so, and making sure all the fingers are laying flat. Open up this panel and rotate the hand. Oh, wrong panel. The other panel. There we go. Now we can rotate the hand. And so rotate the arm to where you can see the die cast piece, and then rotate at the bicep. You should be looking like this. All right, so now we want to rotate this up. Open that up. Open this panel up. And then it's going to rotate it's on a slider. This panel right there. You see the slider right there. And it should pop. There. Now we can rotate this down, and it should sit flat like that. Now we can do the other arm. Just bring the arm up. Bring the panel down, rotate the fist. Close that. You want to open up the other panel. Rotate the arm joint. Rotate the bicep. Rotate this panel up. Do this panel. Slide this until it pops. And now you can rotate that back down. Did I slide it out enough? Nope. Thought I heard it pop. There we go. Now rotate that down. And then that'll tab down. Alright, so next up we're going to be working on the chest and backpack. So first thing you want to do is tabbed in his back. We want to go with the backpack first. Undo that. And then straighten this piece out. Untab this piece. And we're going to start undoing panels. Just a bunch of panels on his back. And is what you kind of want to do is start unfolding these. What you want to do is bring that around like that. And fold this down. But you have some panels that need folded, unfolded there. These panels need to come undone. Like that. And then you just need to start lining everything up. And then is what this is going to do. And there's pegs and holes. So that's kind of what we're working with right now. And then it kind of tabs in like so. So let's kind of leave that for now and then move to the chest. All right, one other thing. There is 2 more panels that need flipped out. So there. So that's what we're going to do. That's with the backpack. Now, next we want to mess with the chest. So first thing you want to do is untab those, and then they're just going to be flat. So pop that out, go flat like that. See, next the chest is going to come loose. That's going to come down like that. Fold those panels in, fold that up. And next is what we want to do, like where the ab crunch is, kind of just pull it out. And then next, oh, these panels have to go down. And then we're going to pull this out of the chest. And it kind of just swings around. Now we got a couple floppy pieces hanging out. Do the same thing with the other side. Rotate those out. All right. And then next, I'm gonna bring these panels out. Flip these tabs. All right, so now that we got that open, we want to rotate the chest, but at the die-cast piece, not the ratcheted waist rotation, and then just try to not hit stuff. Because this is die-cast. There, now we have that rotated around. These front chest panels are on a slider. So is what we want to do. First thing, so if you can kind of see, these chest pieces are going to angle and this piece down at the bottom. But before we do that, we need to bring that up and around. And we're going to start rotating the head around. And as you kind of move the head, then you can rotate that piece around. So I'm going to rotate the head around till we're kind of looking like it's pretty stiff. This hinge right here that we're rotating on. There. Now once we have that. And then the other thing is we want to, before we put the chest in, well, shoot. Push that panel in. So we want to make sure this is collapsed like that there. Now you should be able to, this chest is going to line up. Yeah, there's just a lot of moving pieces, and I don't want to scratch anything. That's my concern. I think you might need to rotate the head. One second. Make sure that's collapsed. And these are down. And there, it should be looking like that. Alright, so what we're going to do next is we're going to mess with this panel. Make sure you hold that tight, because if you don't, it'll just come undone. So we want to bring this panel down, and of course it came untabbed here. Now everything's coming undone. All right, so we're bringing this around. This should tab in like so. And this comes around the ring piece. And there's a clip right here. Of course, it's shooting its head again. So if you can't tell, there's like a clip right here. Well, all this came undone. There we go. It popped in. There we go. The key is just to try to get everything tabbed. And then as what we're doing back here is this, there's 2 tabs here and they go in this panel. And then 2, there's like 4 tabs altogether. There's these 2 tabs and then there's like posts that go in there, and that's pretty much how this should all tab in together. This side's not as clean. Alright, so next up we're going to work on the cannon mode legs. So what you want to do is make sure these clips are out. You're going to rotate this around. I think there's a tab right there, and yeah, and then there's a hole. It should tab. Like that, and then push the clip in to hold it. And then it's what you want to do is should pull out. All right, this is supposed to pull out, but it's super tight. And then these pull out too, to where you can go get that like that. Let's get that like that first. There we go, but in doing that, I pulled it out of the damn clip. All right, let's try the other side. Same thing. Rotates around. I don't know if it's easier to see, but they're tabbed in. And then clip it in. And then we need to separate. I don't know if this bugger is gonna help or not. It's so tight. Actually got might have. There we go. Pop that out. And these kind of pull out a little bit to let you fold. And then collapse. There. Now there's the arms for the cannons. Alright, next we are going to get the arms into this cavity under the gun. So first let's undo these panels. And then the arm is going to go and then what's going to happen is this slot right here is going to go in the hip skirt. Get that panel out of the way. Do the same thing with the other side. Down. These panels need to come out. And this, well, it kind of goes under. You have to lift these up a little bit. It'll go under like that. Then you can tab the arms together. And then these panels. I should have put them back further. Because it taps into these gray pieces on the side. There. Now those should be tabbing in. Your arms are tabbing together for the most part. And these need to kind of be in the center a little bit. And then before you squeeze all this together, you want to get this piece of the cannon and goes in like so. And then you should be able to start squeezing all this together. Like so. And we're almost there. All right, so last but not least, we're gonna take the Canon, and then it's kind of got like a cross looking piece to it, and make sure the clip's at the bottom. It's going to plug in, and then we should be able to pull that out. And now we have Sovereign 2.0 in his Canon mode. And yeah, I'll clean up a few things. But yeah, that's really looks good. Very very Tune-esque for sure. It was a journey, folks. But yeah, so let's just take a closer look at it. I mean, not a whole lot like a kibble. Let's see. Let's do a little size comparison. Here's Galvatron next to the blue streak. That's how he looks next to a standard Masterpiece Carbot. So, but yeah, I mean, this is another one of the reasons why I wanted this Galvatron. Definitely got the tune accurate look, in my opinion. So, all right, let's move on to final thoughts. All right, so it's time for my final thoughts. So this is the Fans Toys FT-59 Sovereign 2.0, their version of a Masterpiece Scale Galvatron. First off, I'm finally glad to have a Masterpiece Galvatron in my collection. He is one of the last Decepticons that I needed that premiered, or that was in the '86 movie. So yeah, I was really happy to get him. First thing, start with the negatives. Transformation is annoying. The chest area and the arms and just how things flop around, and it feels like you're just gonna scratch stuff up. And I think I did, because it felt like there was some paint. I had some paint flakes around as finishing up on this guy. So transformation is a bit complicated. I don't know if I'll transform again after this, but boy, is he accurate and clean in both modes. Really clean, like no kibbly bits, nothing like that, and tune accurate, like what I'm going for. The other positives is the amount of faces that you can swap on this figure. I mean, a lot of different looks you can go for. Decent articulation, and then one other thing, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but his arms kind of look a little too small compared to the rest of his body. But not a deal breaker though. But all in all, if you don't have a Galvatron in your Masterpiece collection, this one is one to add for sure. So, but that's all I have. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Please like this video, comment. If you're not a subscriber of the channel, please subscribe. Also share this video. And also look what else I've got going on this week. Posting news daily in shorts form on YouTube, also on TikTok, X, Instagram, and my own Facebook page, all at Talib1980_collects. Also, you can see, and then every Tuesday at 1 a.m. Eastern is the news and review show. It's a recap of all the news throughout the week. That's a live pre-record, And then also Saturday nights is me and the boys go live. We talk movies for Men on Films. So check that out. And also look me up on Figure Fight Club, where I'm every Monday at 10:15 Eastern. We're doing Decepticons, Transformers focused show with me and my co-host Anna, and then open mic night on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then the VIP show on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So I'm everywhere. Check it out. But I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Peace.